right now.
How about I play my song?
No.
When Billy comes back, you tell your story, alright?
Okay.
Looking up big titties on Google. Our innocence is lost as we get older and we carry on like soldiers. We're all worrying away. The time's the only price we pay. We're growing like a tree between the cracks of reality. As it gets easier to see, it gets harder to be. As it gets easier to see, it gets darker to dream. We're all falling in between. We're all falling in between. On another hill lays another team. Throwing sticks and stones, it's always been a game we play. And the more we throw, the easier it is to look the other way. But time is the only price we pay. We're growing like a tree between the cracks of reality. As it gets easier to see, it gets harder to be. As it gets easier to see, it gets darker to dream. We're all falling in between the walls of steel and ecstasy. We're all falling in between. On another hill lays another team. And we're all falling in between. And we keep moving this machine. We're all falling in between. Another hill lays another team. On another hill is another team. If you don't act on what you dream.
Shit.
Epic!
That's one of your best.
Cheers, bro.
I was so like hypnotized.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Damn. You listen to Placebo?
Yeah, I have listened to Placebo a little bit.
I think it could. I just imagine that sort of like maybe less like rocky, but like it's so like echoey, sort of atmospheric.
Yeah, man. It's hypnotic, my music.
What's
man.
this song called?
That song, I'm calling it In-Betweeners.
Like the show?
Like the TV show.
Oh no, I think you gotta be a bit
It's
deep.
got to be deeper
That's
than
a bit
that.
comical,
I agree.
yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
a bit
really
comical.
have a proper name.
You should call it
like
Falling.
Falling. Yeah, that's a good name. Something like that.
Or like falling from.
No, you
Oh,
should
what's
just...
the song about? What's the song about?
So pretty much that song is about how it's about the war machine, you know, the industrial military complex, and how we're under the control of governments that want us to get into wars and want us to fight each other, and how nobody stands up to that. And like, even though we have these dreams of utopia, we have these dreams of love and coming together, nobody's got the motivation to stand up and push that agenda and make it reality. And it's like
just motivating people to fuck this war machine. We don't want these wars anymore. You know, we need to act on what we dream. We need to make the world a utopia. Like, it's just about the sadness of how these teams of people, they die on these hills. Like, there's all these hills that people die on because they're so arrogant, and they just die on these hills, man, because they believe in something so much and it's not the right thing to believe in, and they just die on a hill. Like these wars, man. They're fighting for something that they shouldn't be fighting for, and they end up dying on a hill. And instead of all these teams dying on a hill, man, we just need to come together and
They're
stop.
fighting for someone someone else told them to fight for.
I know, and we need to fight for the dreams that we have, the dreams that we
I was
want.
gonna say, hold on.
That's what it's about. Anyway, tell us this story that you wanted to tell so badly about James, okay?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Okay, you can't say anything to the end because we'll talk about you a little bit.
I'm not going to cut you off.
Yeah, alright, so I go to James. I just wanted a sandwich. So I'm making my sandwich.
If you cut yourself off.
Alright. I make a sandwich, and while I'm making my sandwich, me and James have this conversation. Like, hold till the end. Like, it talks about religion and that a bunch, but like, you don't know what's coming. Anyway, so we're talking about it, and I was talking about how I was talking to Aiden before. I don't know if you're gonna see this part or not, but I was talking to Aiden before about religion, and he believes like we are just a part of life, and it's about what you do in life. Is that basically in a sense?
Everyone is one energy, and as a human, we're filtered out of that energy to experience it on a different level. But on a higher level, all of that experience is felt by one consciousness.
Okay, so that's what Aiden believed.
Yeah.
And what I was saying is, I was playing devil's advocate and being like, but if there was a heaven and a hell, wouldn't you want to believe in the heaven? Because if you're wrong, you go to the same place as if you were right. Whereas if you're wrong in religion, you go to hell. Whereas if you're right, you go to hell. Anyway, that's what we're talking about.
You said that hell is the absence of good, but life has a lot of good.
And anyway, that's just semantics. So basically, that's kind of just.
I just want to hear about James.
Yeah. So then James tells me, he's like, yeah, Aiden's like really stubborn. He makes fun of me when we talk about that. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you believe? And he starts talking about. He talks about, because he doesn't do all the drugs that you do. He doesn't see past reality.
Yeah.
So he's saying drugs are an extension of reality, and something else is an extension of that, and that it's all about the good energy you put towards it in doing right or wrong. And then when I try to clarify with him a bit, he believes like there's a heaven and a hell, but then he also goes back to believing like everything about Christianity, like everything surrounding that. So it's like those two are kind of conflicting with what. Like, it was just a bit weird. Anyway, he's telling me this. He's there like 10 minutes. He's like, yeah, it's all about the energy you put forward. You know, I don't really understand karma, but I believe it's karma, yeah? Like, I don't do the drugs. So, Aiden does the drugs. Therefore, he's part of the unseen I haven't seen the unseen reality because I don't do drugs. But he's seen it. He's been in the unseen. And that means he's everything in the universe, some shit like that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Then we get to the end. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And that is why we have feminism.
You
Wait,
guys
what?
Is that what you said?
That's why he hates feminism.
And that is why we have feminism.
You guys seem because
Because all the energies in the universe brought the feminists as well.
What the fuck? What the fuck does feminism have to do with it? What the fuck? I've never heard him say that before.
I was about to leave. I was like fucking cracking up. Like, how did you get from like heaven and hell the entire thing? And that is why feminism exists.
James is actually just a mad misogynist.
you guys ever seen Big Hero 6?
Yes.
Yeah, you know how he has to hang upside down to see the new perspective and then understand what he has to do?
Yes.
Yeah, but he takes his current knowledge and turns it upside down. That's what we have to do with religion. We take what they give us and turn it upside down to make it
Oh,
relevant
wow.
now.
Oh.
Wait. I'm chewing.
Lily, you didn't cheer, cunt.
I'm not even in the video.
Woo!
I'll shit the plate. I'll catch it with my foot. No, I didn't catch it. Poor plate.
This is a perfect.
I'm still
This
chewing.
is a perfect plate for cocaine.
Hey Tim, are you a feminist?
Guess so.
I'm a feminist. Are you a
Like,
feminist,
feminist
Jason?
just means people who
I'm
believe in
not.
equality.
Yeah.
No. Feminism is not about equality. No,
Well, that's
it's
toxic.
No,
feminism.
No,
No, but it's not.
At its core
No,
central, right?
no, it's
Alright,
not.
What do you
Here
think?
he goes,
No,
lads.
no. Feminism is feminism. If you believe in equality, equality is equality.
Can you pass me the Fruit Loops? Cheerios.
You believe in feminism. It's a
Oh, sorry, the Fruities.
it's a sided opinion. It's biased.
What's that, babe?
If you believe in equality, you should believe in equality.
I hope I don't get sued for this.
No, what I'm saying is feminism doesn't mean you're supporting.
Originally, right?
Feminism doesn't
At all.
mean you're actively supporting.
When
Like,
feminism was first
just
created,
means
right?
you believe-
Feminism was because women did not have equality with men. Women were treated as lower class. Women were treated as
At its core center.
servants,
at the-
and that's how women were treated back then. And so the original feminist movement was bringing more rights to women
Its
and
core
creating an
belief.
equality between men and women.
Its
But-
core belief is equality between the genders. Whatever all these other people put onto it, it's just this new age shit.
In the modern world, right, I think there already is. It's very equal between men and women right now. And I think feminists have, like, forgotten how much progress they've actually made. And they're trying to push it further to the point where they want to be dominant over men. And that's not feminism, really. That's, like...
Womenism.
It's not women. It's just, like, toxic feminism, you know? Trying to be
Yeah.
dominant over the other. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm a true feminist. Like, I believe in equality. I believe women and men are both equal and they both have their own perspectives and things that they can contribute to the world. You know?
And women have to agree that we're better at making decisions. We're better at finishing things. But also,
Okay,
that's
whoa,
not
wait,
true.
wait,
Jamie
wait.
say
I'm not a
something
part of
please?
this right now. His views
Let
and
me-
opinions do not express my beliefs.
let me finish.
Men are not better at making decisions.
Let me
That's
just-
for
I'm
sure.
out.
Oh my god,
No.
can Jamie say something,
Yeah, Lily.
please?
I'm out of
Say.
this.
There are two energies, divine masculine, divine feminine.
Hmm.
Feminine. The divine masculine is a controller. He controls things. The divine masculine energy means he is in control. The divine feminine is a mutable energy. She bases her decisions on feeling. Everyone has divine feminine, divine masculine energy. It's when somebody is imbalanced either way that it becomes a problem. That's why toxic feminism exists. It's because people are too far in their divine feminism that they feel like it's a problem. And in fact, it's actually their divine masculine that's taking over. When people are too far in their divine feminine, they let people walk all over them. When you're even, it means you can accept people's opinions, take your own objectives,
If you speak
and
from
apply
there,
it.
it's better. If you speak like directly into the mic here,
But that's a good point.
it's picking you up from this side, so
But
it'll sound better.
do you
than
think
if
that modern feminists, right, the ones that want to be dominant and they want to
Wait,
say
this
that
is a real technical
women-
issue.
they want to say that women are better than men now? Do you think that's women embracing their divine feminine, or do you think that they're going too far into divine masculine?
Okay, women.
Alright, shut the fuck up. It's my YouTube channel. Let me finish what I was saying.
Well, what is
Thank
the
you.
difference between masculine and feminine?
Have you even saying something?
I got
Yeah,
interrupted
what
by literally everyone.
What were you saying?
Fruity Loops?
I was saying
It's my phone.
men are better at making
Right.
decisions and
No,
finishing
everyone.
shit off. And I was about to say what women are good at before I got rudely
Okay,
cut off
what are
by
women good-
fucking everyone.
What are women good at?
Jesus
What are women
fucking
good at?
Christ.
I'm not a part of this, but what are women good at?
Women are like better at perspective and like analyzing.
Is that what decision making is?
I mean, like, I'm saying that's the downside of what the men are good at, is that sometimes we make decisions too quickly, too thoroughly.
I think
Can't you be
Whereas-
brave?
there's an old saying: a man is only as good as his woman, and I think that's because when a man wants to make a decision, he needs to consult with a woman for her
Yeah.
perspective, and I think that's
That's
why
a very old saying.
I
I
agree
think
with
it's
That
true.
predates feminism.
It does, but I think that
So, Sean, to be wrong.
women are actually better at making decisions.
You know,
'Cause they see
have
things
a
from
word
a
for that.
different
No,
perspective.
they got a word for that.
Yeah, what's that?
Simp.
Men have a more aggressive attitude and a more they think they're right more, whereas women have a more like nurturing attitude, and I think that
But here's food for thought. Is that because society says how you should dictate that, or is that on a biological level?
it's biological because women have children and they're more nurturing and they're more loving and they know how to bring people up and make them feel
Why
loved.
can't a father do that?
Fathers can do that, but men have this internal like drive to be more controlling and to be more like aggressive and to be more like, you know what I mean by that?
I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking you're missing out on a lot of the population. Like, I know there's not as many, but
That's
there's
like the
still
default.
a lot of female people in high positions.
I think men
Yeah.
are more
And
selfish.
they have, yeah, but no, these people have the same drive as the men. But because that's not how society views it, it's like when you go around walking on the street, unless you specifically see a gay couple, you think everyone's straight.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, but there's fucking shit tons of gay people. But you assume everyone's straight. So, what you're assuming about every girl is that they want to be like this person that's more nurturing than that. You're blind to the ones that are determined and driven. If that makes sense. Because you don't ask for it, you just assume.
I'm sort of stereotyping women.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I think in general, women they do have a more like a wider perspective. They care more about the people around them, whereas men care more about what benefits themselves.
And that can be a downfall to women as well, thinking too much
Like,
instead of just
If a man's
completing.
starting a business, right, a lot of men will try to make the business, as make the most money from it, make themselves in the best position they can, and they don't really care about how that affects the people around them and the people that are involved in the business. And if you consult with a woman, she'll tell you, well, hey, it's not all about you, man. It's about the people that are being affected by what you're doing.
But you can be both. That's what I'm saying.
You
I
can
don't
be
believe
both.
There's a difference
But,
because you can be both.
I
And
think
and
that,
a lot of the differences are socially constructed.
I think
Yeah.
that
As gay as that sounds, and it's like
We should
Okay,
work on
when you
being
say-
the other sex.
I just think that when you
No,
said
not work on
men
being
are
the other
better at
sex.
making decisions, I think you're wrong with that. I think you need to make a decision with a man and a woman because they both have a different sort of perspective on it.
Yeah, I'm just
Combined-
generalizing.
Combined, that perspective is much better than just
Yeah.
one on their own.
I agree, man,
Yeah.
and I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm saying like just that's like the default, and it's better for both sexes to sort of take on the other
Because
sexes.
they both have different
Like
aspects
energy.
that are
actually,
important.
no.
Yeah,
You know what I'm thinking? I've just thought of this. What happens if those are the? Okay, let's put.
This is feminism. Like, feminism is about letting women have a say.
can we use Reagan as
Because
an example?
Back in the day,
letting
right?
Reagan have the
Women
same
didn't have a
rights.
say. They weren't even allowed to vote.
Yeah, that's what it's also about, getting them their rights.
And like feminism is all about letting women have their say, and we need that.
And
because
have their given
that
rights.
is balance between, like, in the old days things were fucking aggressive and there was war and there was more fighting.
They're just asking for
And
equality.
It's because men were making all the decisions, and as soon as we included women in decisions, you can see that the world has become more peaceful
Yeah.
and the world has become more loving and uplifting.
Except the extreme.
What
feminists.
world leaders are female? No, I don't want to say that because I don't really know.
There's
But-
a lot of female leaders, right? But it's
I'm
the
talking about-
fact that we're allowing women to have their say, we're taking on their opinion. That's what's making the world a better place because we're including their perspective, and they're 50% of the world, and their perspective should be
I know,
included.
but what I'm saying
And that's
is,
why I'm a feminist.
what about all those things you're saying? They're not subjected to the gender, but they are just personalities. So you can have that personality on someone else. Like you could have 30% of males and 70% have different ones, and like 30%, 70% of women. So maybe they're not bound to the sex, but they're a different personality. And men in their population just happen to have more of one type of personality.
Well, yeah, exactly. Of course, there's outliers. Yeah.
So that's not. Oh, fuck, what was I going with that?
But
What are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. I think they're still
we've
equal.
progressed a lot, man. Because of the feminist movement, we've progressed a lot.
What? Yeah.
And we're respecting women's opinions, and
Wait, what are we
it's made the
talking about?
world a better place, you know?
What were we discussing?
Well, you're talking about how James said that...
Oh, fucking James. So I believe that karma in the world, it affects your actions, and you can go to heaven or you can go to hell, but it's really all about what you do with your own life. And if you're a good person, have good energy, and I don't take drugs, but when you take drugs, you see the unseen world, and that can get scary. And Aiden's done it, and Aiden bullies me, and that's why there's feminism. That's the scene why I couldn't wait to tell it.
I think I need to think about that more, but I'm pretty sure that makes no fucking sense.
Oh, he didn't. Because they started talking about believing like in the Christian God and all that, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense though. That contradicts. But that line took me so off. Like, I'm like, yeah, James, that sounds cool, James. And that's why they're saying that. What the fuck, James?
It's your turn.
Hmm?
It's your turn.
No, I think we're on the same page.
I think
You
we
just
need
don't
to
wanna
flip
say
the
anything?
page. Let's go to a new page.
Okay, fuck women. Women deserve to die. They should all go to hell because they're annoying
When I get
and
famous,
they're all fuck objects.
I don't.
I agree with Jason.
I don't acknowledge their sayings, but for now, I'm gonna laugh along because it's funny.
Oi,
When I get-
my bike.
When I get famous, you better not.
Lily.
Where's the cold peach, man?
Right here.
You want some Fruit Loops? Fruit Loops.
Now, you know how you walked out a while ago?
The first time.
Yeah.
Dude, is that blood?
What were you going...
Hold up a second. Let's talk about this.
No, let's not talk about that.
Is that blood?
That is gum.
What
Chewing
the
gum.
fuck? He's just got gum stuck to his bed sheets.
Yeah, it's from
that's
Gurney.
Chad.
But yeah, go on.
You walked out because you felt like you didn't have a say. Like, what did you want to say?
No, I just felt like you have two different beliefs. There's no point arguing about it.
There is a point.
I'm not
There
arguing,
really is a
man.
point having
Just
discussions
I
about
fucking-
things.
I'm completely on your side, and I just feel like
Dude, it's the discussion. We're
There's
not.
no point keeping
we're
your
not-
ideas inside of you.
We're not trying to beat each
We're
other.
using each other as mirrors.
that's what it felt like.
We're not
to
trying
me.
to beat each
We're
other.
learning from each other. We're reflecting our ideas of each other. The world needs more of that.
I feel like you were getting way too passionate about it.
You can't be too passionate.
Yeah, I
Passion is a good thing.
Okay, it may have sounded like that, but it wasn't like that.
No, it was
Wasn't
not.
it?
No.
It wasn't like that.
No.
I can see how you might have thought it was though.
And you know how I have these discussions?
You guys- see how you might have
like
thought it
you
was.
guys were raising your voice and like fucking.
Oh, that's just us.
heated.
Okay,
That's just us
Like,
having
The
a
reason
discussion.
I started raising my voice is because there were some very long ideas that I wanted to say. And I would get halfway through my idea and people would start talking over me, and I'm like, oh, you're not going to understand the idea unless you have the context of the entire idea. And like, I think we just need to respect people's time and let them say their whole idea before we reflect on it.
They could have.
If you reflect on a partial idea, like, you don't have the full context. You need to
Yeah.
wait for the full idea and then reflect.
They can have the
And
talking loop.
that's probably why I started getting like annoyed.
Whoever has the talking loop can talk. With the talking loop.
Well, you've got it, so you talk.
Hey, you're speaking out of turn.
Well.
Are you?
Oh, you're gonna eat it, son!
He's He's got a lot of talking loops.
Actually, I got nothing to say.
I just got the vibe that it was getting fucking heated, so I'm like, why are we having a heated religious debate? So I just got uncomfortable, that's all it is.
Because having debates is important, bro. It's important. Why do you think politicians do it? Because you need to get both sides, both perspectives, in order to find middle ground.
Yeah. You hate the talking loop!
I'm done talking.
That's why you pass it! The person's gonna talk!
Just get another one. There's 1,000 of them.
That was me talking. You ate the next one!
No, I'm hungry. I don't have anything to say on religion. I think we talked about that a lot. Now I'm going to talk about why orange is the worst color.
Because it doesn't rhyme with anything?
No, because it's just a really shitty red and a really shitty yellow.
Well, you know what? I'm glad it didn't actually get heated, and you guys are fucking cool.
I think it was
That's
really
happy.
good, and people are going to comment on that and be like, wow, you guys said some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, 10 years later.
No one found what I should find.
When people find it, they'll be like, wow, that was actually pretty cool. Yeah. Like, because we've obviously both spent a lot of time thinking about these things, but we haven't told anyone. And to actually say it to somebody and to see what they reflect on it and to see what they bounce back at you, that's so important, you know? Because it changes what both of us think. It gives us new perspective.
Yeah.
DMT, our minds are alive. DMT, we're gonna get so high.
If I can look at a positive,
Is that
you guys, none of you two sound like Ben Shapiro, so that's a big positive. Ben Shapiro.
I think
Fuck
that
Ben Shapiro.
the main thing I'm trying to say is I'm a very optimistic person, so I don't think God he doesn't want people to be controlled by fear, and I think Christianity is a very fearful religion, and they control people with fear, and I think that's not the way God wants us to live. He wants us to know that He accepts everyone, He loves everyone, He provides energy to everyone.
How good is this joke?
And that's what He's like.
Yeah. How good is this joke any good?
Yeah.
In the US, there are lots of bear arms, but here, we have beer arms.
Solid.
Unless you're Leonardo DiCaprio, then you get scratched by bear arms.
Let's get back to the dick jokes, man.
What
That was
the
a
fuck,
lot.
Jason?
That's all I wanted. Tim, so surely is another story in the past month. Something notable.
Let me check my calendar. Dude, all I've been doing is sitting at home watching horror movies. I've gotten through so many horror
What do you
movies.
recommend to the double moppers?
Slasher. It's a TV
Slasher.
series. It's so fucking good. It's on Netflix and Shudder. The latest series is on Shudder. But
I've heard of Shudder. Should I watch that?
Yeah, it's basically just Netflix for horror movies.
Oh.
And it's only like $5 a
Oh,
month.
Shudder it's like another Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a TV show.
Only horror movies.
And horror TV series.
I'm
and...
shuddering, cuz.
I've got a question. What do you think about Squid Game? Like, what do you think
That's
it
pretty good.
means, though? What do you think they're trying to say with it? What do you think it's about? What's the point of it? What's the message?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
If you really think about it, what's the message?
yeah, I think it's just about like putting too much focus on wealth and too much focus on money. Like you would die for it.
You know what's sad
Because
is
you can either choose to keep being homeless and stay alive, or you can just choose to go to the Squid Game and go to almost certain death.
It's about how
For
people
money.
would sacrifice their humanity, their love for other people, they would sacrifice all that just for money.
I think it's also
They would sell their soul for money.
I think it's
Could
also on another note could be talking about capitalism and how the VPs or the VIPs, sorry, they basically sold out all the other players by betting on them, and that's what the big boys are doing to us,
You know what's amazing, right?
selling us out.
The prize money that they had, if they divided that equally to all the players, it would have paid off all their debt.
Oh my god. Oh.
But instead of paying off everyone's debt,
Damn.
they just give it to one guy who wins, and they let everyone kill each other.
That's what I'm saying.
And that-
I didn't know.
That's like our government. Instead of providing for everyone and paying off all their debts,
They just give it to the rich.
they just keep the money for themselves, or they give it to like certain people. You know?
Karma's gonna get the government, man. They're actually
And they
too
just
far.
let everybody else fight over the money, and they let everyone else like, fight, work their whole life, like go through pain, when they could easily just distribute it to everybody, but they don't.
Yeah.
And they just watch on us.
You know what that's
fighting.
called? You know what that's called?
Squid Game.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
We've got to move towards a more
And-
democratic, social
That's
Nail on
why.
the head.
society.
That's why even though it's in Korean, and like no one would watch a fucking Korean show if they're English speaking, usually. Everyone can relate to that show because that's a phenomenon that's happening in every country.
Yeah.
You know? There's these overrulers
No,
watching
no,
us all
no,
fight
no,
and
no.
squirrel over money while they have more than enough to provide for everybody.
They won't
And-
use the money
And
they
they
have.
just choose not to provide for everybody.
Yeah.
They choose to use it to make weapons and make wars and just watch people fight. And why? What do they get out of that? You know?
Yeah, they get sexual desires.
They wear their mask and they get a glass of whiskey.
Their mask, it's like their fake politician face.
Mm.
Yeah? The politicians put on a mask and they come out and they pretend that, oh, hey,
Yes.
we're doing this to give you all opportunities and to all of you have the opportunity to be as rich as you want. And if you work hard, if you make it through, you can be as rich as you want. When they could just provide a happy life for everybody, but they don't.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why do they just watch on us?
Because they get more money.
Yeah.
But why? They could use that money for so
But
much
they don't,
good.
They're selfish.
Exactly.
They're raised that way.
That's
yeah.
what it comes down to.
Exactly. And that's why I think it's such a good show and everyone relates to it so much.
Mm.
It's fucking awesome, man. I fucking love that show.
Okay, yeah, did you watch it in Korean with subtitles or the English dub?
Obviously in
Korean,
Korean with
bro.
subtitles.
Shit.
Why the fuck would you watch the English dub?
Oh,
You don't
no.
get the right emotion
I
from it.
watched the English, then I went back and watched the Korean with subtitles.
The Korean one's much better. You get the true emotion. You can see from their facial expressions.
I
Because
watched
it
it with
actually
the dub.
sounds real.
Yeah.
I watched it with the dub, and then like everyone that spoke was, "That's fucking stupid."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Chocolate?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
But that's why I went back and watched.
개새끼야.
Hey,
That's
wait,
what the gangster
do the-
always says.
I
개새끼야.
went back
do the
and watched
old man
Korean.
impression. Oh, wait, you know that old man that was like crying in the middle of the room? Let him do the impression.
그만해. 난 무서워.
What's he saying?
Well, 그만해 means stop it. 난 무서워. I'm scared.
Which game would you like to be in the least? Like if you had any game that was
Any
your
of the
worst-
Squid Game games?
Tug of war,
Yeah.
bro. Tug of war would be so anxious, I reckon.
Yeah, tug of war. I reckon I could do any of the other games.
No,
What do you
wait.
think you could do easy?
Or red light, green light. I mean, that's
Red light,
that's
green light?
so anxious.
I could do that easy.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be good at that. The cookie game, I'm fucking like ADHD as fuck.
No. But
I'll get
yeah.
so
no,
distracted.
but remember, you go in there not knowing what you're playing, and you choose the shape beforehand.
Oh yeah.
you
So
don't
which
even know.
shape? Which shape would you guys choose?
I would have just gone triangle just because I like triangle. I mean, I'm not saying that because it's the one that's easiest, but I got triangle.
Well, it was triangle, circle, square, or
An umbrella.
umbrella.
Yeah.
I would choose triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about it with the mentality of
Actually-
you don't know what the game is.
No, I would choose square, bro. I think it would be easier to snap off the edges of the square.
See, I think triangle because you only have to 1, 2, 3. There's square.
Right, but the cookies are circle, and when you try to snap off a corner on a circle, if it's a triangle, like the angle of the circle fucks it up, and then the
No, you're
triangle
not trying
snaps.
to snap it off. You're trying to carve it out.
Yeah, but if you had a square, right, you could put a bunch of holes in it, and it would just perforate. Whereas if it's a triangle, you put a bunch of holes in it, and it would fuck
I know
it
what
up.
you're saying, but I think
Yeah.
the cookie would crumble.
You reckon?
It's not paper.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if even a little bit of the cookie's too strong, it'll take off a bit with it.
Well, I take Dexy, so I'd just be able to go like.
Can I make a point? Have the Fruit Loop.
Yeah, bro.
You know what would be more fucked in the red light, green light?
What?
If it was in English. Because remember in the show they go, "Mago chipilsimida." If it was in English,
Yeah.
red light, green light.
Oh, really?
So everyone would die.
Oh.
Whereas in Korea,
it takes longer.
you have to
it.
say the whole thing.
Ah.
So in English, you'd actually be fucked.
But what they say is, well, they don't say it that fast. Like, red light.
Yeah, but remember in the
Green
show,
light.
it kept going faster. Like all of a sudden, she's like, "Uncle Gucci person in that."
No,
Yeah,
no,
it kept
I
getting faster.
I think
yeah.
it only got faster because the camera. Like,
They
skips
do that in
seconds.
Korea when they play it. Like
They get faster.
if you want to troll, you just say it faster.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, so in English it'd be fucked. It'd be, red light.
Yeah.
It'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What was the other one? What was after the triangle?
There was
Tug of
tug
War.
of
What
war.
was after that?
Oh, the nighttime when you're sleeping in the beds.
Oh yeah.
What strategy would you guys use for that?
Fucking bash everyone.
Jiu-jitsu skills.
Gotta go
Oh,
on the
but they had
attack.
Shank save.
Gotta go on the attack. If you go on the defense, you're gonna be a dead man.
Mm. Yeah.
You wanna be the predator, not the prey. You gotta get something and just start whacking the shit out of anything you see.
I would probably get a whole bunch of beds and like make a tower
Wait,
and then
is it
just
still-
sit on
is
top
it
of the
still-
tower like king of the hill.
Is it
And anyone that climbs up would just
Wait,
go
wait,
bam,
wait,
like
wait,
kick them off.
Yeah.
I'll just do that all night.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it's recording, man.
Yeah. Oh, solid.
And I would carry a mattress with me too, so if people like do get up, I could use the mattress to defend and then just try and kick them off the tower. But then people would like try to shake the tower and make it fall
Oh
over. eh?
shit!
Oh,
If a whole team grabs the bed.
oh fuck. It's fucked.
How long has it been on for?
You gotta use your knees and elbows. Muay Thai them up.
Well, are we doing a whole new podcast, or is this
This is just second half,
because it's been
bro.
going for half
Yeah,
an
we'll
hour.
just add it. That's fine.
Do you have any songs that you really like that you want to play?
Not really on acoustic. I haven't really
No?
put them onto acoustic.
Alright, my turn.
Play a song?
I'll go for 6 strings. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What song you want to play, man?
Rap with Josie. It's about lockdown. I wrote it the first lockdown.
Oh, I don't know if I've even heard it.
No, you've heard it for sure.
Play it, brother. Sit down.
No pick
I'm bringing a
needed.
mic to you.
Let's go.
Can you hear that out? Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah, I don't-
Living inside nothing. I haven't practiced that. Like
come on, man, keep going.
inside,
That's
there's
it.
nothing happening
Oh, wait,
inside.
I
It's
play it.
fucking breaking all my pride, and I don't know. Living inside, there's nothing inside. It's taking all my pride. I said it's taking all my pride away. Striding out of fear, we're here. Going backwards, I can't live with the shame. Popular chases, living inside while I can't repeat. A family of love and content, a family of hate and contempt. Bing, me. If this life is worth living, then I shouldn't fear, but it crushes me down. God, why am I here as I drown in self-pity? I cannot conceive that this life of ambition is lost from reprieve. The answers will come when I step back. The answers are here and I'm free. I know everything that I've been through defines who it is to be me. There's so much pain inside of me to give a gift from my tree. I'll never yield, keep burning me, keep hurting me.
Woo! I see. I love the lyrics, brother. The lyrics are amazing.
Good.
I'm gonna play We Are One, if you don't mind.
Not the Aussie one.
The Aussie one.
We are one and we are
Many. No.
Aiden Pong's on. What's your drink here?
Where you going, Timmy?
I'm just chilling out here a second.
You wanna hear my song?
You played it.
Wow.
I heard it before. It's pretty good. I remember you sent it.
Come listen, lad.
Can you hook it?
Turn the mic. Tip it down.
Whether you live or die, the birds will fly on forever.
What kind of tuning did you put this in?
Just tune up the tune, mates. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I should check the tuning first. Let's go.
100% my fault.
was some wicked rhythm guitar.
Let's wrap it up.
I think that's a wrap.
It's been your boy on my bed.
Woo! Comment.
Yeah.
We want
I
more
mean,
comments.
Tell us what you think,
I
homie.
didn't say it. I just said.
We love you. Goodbye.